Flip man, flip man. It's the flip man. Flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Ooh. Well. Surprise. Hey, what we
here
3 hours later on a Friday, but we in here. Y'all ain't doing that. All right, so we're here to talk about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate. We got the guys here. Today's topic is, should you tell sellers you're a wholesaler? Chevy's in Tampa area, Torian's in Memphis area, and I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, So we're here to talk about real estate investing again. So dive in. We're live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, in all of those different places. So please share, like, follow, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, for sure. So it's been a minute. I think the last time we was on, like last Wednesday, not Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, I think.
Yeah.
We was on last Friday. Weren't we?
No, Wednesday. It was.
No, we wasn't. We wasn't. Yeah, we wasn't on.
It was a week and a half, Ty.
Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta get it together.
Falling short, man. Falling short. Well, obviously, like it didn't happen today, but I at the time that we going, it almost didn't happen today. I just had to do. I ain't have to do what I did today, but it worked out because some business ended up being a part of what I was doing anyway. So
there you go. Which
I'll get into that in a minute on something that we've been talking about here also. Then I have just a really good surprise here. I want the audience feedback on it also. It's going to be something amazing. This technology, man.
Now technology.
It has allowed just a little backstory on technology and just me and how I grew up. Grew up in a small town under very economically challenged conditions in my own personal household that I grew up in, but I wouldn't give anything for it. Make me what I think I am, the person today in the community and the people I grew up around. But, extremely hard work was expected. And I did a lot of it as a teenager. And my cousin / best friend often tells me that I don't remember saying it. When we was working a summer job one time, I said, when I grow up, I ain't gonna do stuff like this. So technology has allowed me to live out that dream / real estate. Because even before the real estate, the outside of reading and math, the most important skill that I picked up through, I didn't go to kindergarten, 1st through 12, was typing. That allowed me to have several customer service like related jobs in air conditioning that going through college and even beyond college or whatever. And then it also played a huge role into just the internet. I'm not just you got to know how to type, but it don't hurt none, right? Just speed up the process or whatever. So, but my point is technology has allowed us to be having this meeting right now. I heard a girl say when they'll complain, well, my video's not going viral, it's not getting but 300 or 400 views. And she was sitting, I guess, at her house. She said, I can't get 300 people in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think about what you're really talking about now.
Yeah, good.
300 people to listen to me in this house. Even if I had 300 people right now, I couldn't get them in this house right now or whatever. So, but anyway, so it's allowed us to be able to network on an unbelievable scale beyond imagination or whatever. So I'm going to share something with you all later on once the questions start to compound those efforts if my laptop don't go out. So over to you guys.
Yes, sir. It's a beautiful thing. Technology is incredible, man. We finally catching some wave and gaining traction when it comes to just doing some JV deals. Shout out to Chuck Rose and Dave Darden right now. We got 2 deals in escrow set to close. Hopefully, we'll close them out next week and run up the check. Yeah. So yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Simply the best.
Jaleesa, welcome to the live.
Oh yeah, Jaleesa is tapped in on our. I'm partnering up with Jaleesa as well. She's doing her thing right now. She's probably talking to a seller right now as we talk. So yeah, so we doing some things on the back end as well, man. But yeah, technology is beautiful, man. You know, being able to connect with people all across the country and impact so many lives. You know, I've been doing this for 8 years now, and I haven't looked back. You know, and you know, thank God that I have a good woman, a good spouse that supports and just push you and drive you, and you know, it's kind of like a slave master, but that's there or there.
Hey,
Don't tell I said that, but
hey, mentally you've adapted to being a slave, so you know it ain't all bad.
I come inside the office and I got post-its and sticky notes. Task first before you do anything else. You better go and check out the task so you can call these sellers. So, you know, we got big goals and dreams, man. So we gotta keep our foot on the gas. That's all it is. So I love it. I love the drive. I just love this how she's supporting. She's just on our game, man, for sure. So, you know, just the past 90 days, tweaking a lot of different things in our business and listening to her, and it's like, yo, it's like we done turned on a water of money. That's how crazy it is right now. So it's fun. It's fun when you're making money. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
And
we gotta like
Gary Rawls saying, man, where y'all been all week? Gary, you know what I'm saying? Where was that?
Hey, I'm glad to be missed. I guess there's alternatives.
Absence make the heart grow fonder. That's all that is.
And Charlotte P said, welcome back, fellas. And Phil W saying, flip super late today. Thought you were on vacation.
Oof, no, that's not the case. Vacation is not the situation. Just trying to, you know, some stuff that was business related mostly. You know, even today, the reason they're late, it would have still been late though. But we good. We in here. We're in here.
He's saying trying to get a hold of these owners. He's assuming home sellers.
Man, ChatGPT just gave me a link to Turn It Dark, Tori.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Gave me a link to Turn It Dark. Lord have mercy.
Did it help? I mean, did it change it?
Yeah, it changed it. Turn It Dark, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That was an AI, man, technology. You know, I used to say, just like you say all the time, is like Google's your friend. Nah, not no more.
Not no more. With ChatGPT, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Everybody's like chat. Yeah. I don't even Google no more. People are saying chat.
Chat.
They ain't gonna. Google's not just gonna lay down. It's just
no, they gonna lay down.
They're gonna lay down and let them have it. I can assure you that they might end up having it, but they ain't gonna let them lay down and do it.
Yeah, because we was talking about 11 Labs a minute ago. You know, there's another outfit that's trying to challenge 11 Labs because the voice is more, I want to say like colorful. Yeah. But they just introduced another version because they know that just like these other companies, they understand that they got to keep on the cutting edge, man. So go Google, they ain't gonna let AI get too far ahead of them. You know, I don't think so. Now we could say that, but did Yahoo do that when Google came around? You know what I'm saying? Did they keep up?
That's true.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about Yahoo no more.
We don't even talk about Yahoo no more.
It's amazing. It's amazing when I see a Yahoo email address.
I know. It's like you said, it's still around.
Hey, I got some friends still got like a bailsouth.net email. You'll get occasional AOL. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
I think people just keep them for spam now, I guess,
It is crazy out here, man.
It's like phone numbers.
In a good way, man. Technology have changed so many people's lives if you take advantage of it.
Oh yeah. Now, of course, anything can be used for bad, but I will name something. We can't live without water, and this kills more humans than anything. I don't have to go any further. Like they say, crypto is used for criminals. Isn't cash used for criminals too?
Yes, it is.
Like, what are we talking about here?
You're like, ouch.
Don't criminals use cash too? What are you talking about?
That's a true statement. I mean, that's why I think it got kind of quiet, because that's a true statement. That what you're saying is that's a simple way of understanding that anything can be used for bad. I mean, anything.
Anything can be used for bad.
The Bible. People
Oh
yeah, have manipulated millions of people out of money, life, their sex, the religion. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be used for bad.
Yeah.
You sure right.
But we're gonna look at the good notes.
We're gonna do the good
right now, and it's phenomenal.
Get this
incredible.
Red. We ain't got a question. I'm waiting on a question so I can show y'all this got doggone tool. Let's get it.
Oh, okay. I do have a question. Hold on, my fault. I'm slipping. Phil W said, try to get the old deal. Wanted to know where we've been, but who am I is saying is owner financing and seller financing the exact same thing?
Don't answer that.
Come on. Don't answer.
Hold on.
Well, I'm gonna let you do.
Hold on. Hold your horse.
You have the floor.
I got the floor. Now, y'all have heard me talk. If anybody doesn't follow me any degree of time, you've seen me talk about me creating a clone of all of my content, basically having it on demand, right? And a tool has really been out there already that would do it, but I ain't figured. I didn't get wind of it until, if not yesterday, the day before. So here we go. So
let's go.
So keep calling me. So I'm going to so we're gonna just do the voice version of it, right? First. So what was the question? And I'll ask it.
It is owner financing and seller financing the exact same thing?
Now when I click on this, it's gonna probably relate to the previous conversation I was having with it or whatever. So disregard that part of it.
Okay.
Start call.
We cannot hear it.
Yeah, y'all can't hear it. My bad. Let me stop it. I know what I have to do. I have to just
share your sound some way, somehow.
Yeah, I just have to do that window. Okay, there you go. All right, so all right.
Hey, you still mulling over that one-on-one coaching, or are you leaning more towards the group vibe? Let's get it.
No, I got a question I need you to answer. Is owner financing and seller financing the same thing?
All right, so check this out. Owner financing and seller financing, yeah, they're the same thing. It's just two ways of saying the same concept. Basically, the seller acts like the bank. Instead of you going to a traditional lender to get a loan, the seller lets you pay them directly, usually in monthly payments for the property. Y'all agree on the price, the terms, and boom, you're financing the deal through the seller. Simple as that.
Okay. Can it be used for any form of real estate?
Absolutely. Owner financing can be used for pretty much any type of real estate. We're talking houses, land, commercial properties, whatever. It's all about the seller being willing to act as the bank and you're both agreeing on the terms. So whether it's a single family home, a piece of land out in the sticks, or even a strip mall, if the seller's open to it, you can structure an owner financing deal. It's just that flexible. You feel me?
Come on now. You feel me?
Wait, Flip, we got your own AI. You got your own. Your own.
Oh,
They
that's
done
what's up.
put your boy
up?
they done get
Oh yeah, baby.
on the Chat GPT platform. What's going on?
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
It's that boom.
Yeah.
Let's
So,
go.
but we'll play with it.
Hold on. Shazam said that's wild. I totally agree, Shazam. That is wild.
So I it's really ready to release to people right now, really. But I just want to see how many people are interested because that'll let me know because
That's cold, man. That's cold.
it's
That's
a little
cold,
special.
man. Like that's
So just text the word clone to 205-964-52.
so they got
No,
your
we're not, man. We're not making light of that. That was amazing right there.
Yeah.
phone on AI now.
The question in your voice.
Well, no, we can tweet. You don't sound like me, reality, but close enough. Close
Yeah.
enough.
It's close enough.
Yeah. But I didn't really just put a lot of energy in that part of it, and I will get there on that. Again, because you have to sort of pay to get it to sound like me. My voice is sort of hard to mimic, through some of the other services I've tried or whatever. But we'll get there. But you can also do it through text message. Through messaging right here on this site. But I'm gonna add the text messaging feature so it'll be a phone number, and you basically are texting the clone to ask your questions or whatever. So we'll see how well it does with other questions.
I totally agree with Jaleesa. She says, "Flip, you fancy now." You know what I'm saying? I wish I had the audio bite.
Yeah.
You fancy now. You know what I'm saying? You fancy. Okay.
We'll see. Let's see how it goes.
See if people use it. Because it's a resource now, right? So they can go on there.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Now you just hearing the Flip Man. It said, boom, you're on the list for the Flip Man's 24/7 AI clone. Let's go.
Come on, man.
I had to make sure I get mine on the list.
Hey, let's continue to test it.
Right. So we got another question, but Charlotte was saying the voices are close, very fancy, and me. I don't know what she meant by me, but
Okay.
it was said, Ty, watch out, they might create a Flip Man AI robot.
Hey.
I'm down. Let's get it. Is a check gonna be cut?
They done clone Tyrone.
Tyrone. Okay.
Tyrone.
All right. But who am I is asking, would you offer a lower price if the house needs significant repairs?
Oh, 100%. The uglier the better. And make sure there's buying activities. Those are oh, we're gonna do okay.
Yeah, let's see what it's saying. So let's see.
Hi, I'm Flip Man. How can I help?
Would you offer a lower price on a house if it needs significant repairs?
Absolutely, Tyrone. If a house needs significant repairs, that's one of the main reasons to offer a lower price. Repairs eat into the profit margin, so you got to account for that up front. Let me break it down for you. Say the house is worth $200,000 fixed up, but it needs $50,000 in repairs. You'd calculate your offer based on that after repair value, subtracting the repair costs, your profit margin, and any other expenses. For example, if you're targeting 70% of the after repair value minus repairs, you'd be looking at an offer around $90,000 in this case. And if the repairs are major, like structural issues or mold, you might go even lower. The key is to make sure the numbers work for you and your buyer. What kind of repairs are we talking about here? That'll help me give you a more specific strategy.
Oh, it needs everything. It's just enough to renovate. It's not a tear down, but it's just enough to renovate. And it's about 1,200 square feet.
All right, Tyrone, I got you. If it's 1,200 square feet and it needs everything but ain't a tear down, we're talking about a full renovation. Now, here's a quick way to ballpark the repair costs. For a house that's livable but needs work, you'd multiply the square footage by $25. If it's not livable, you'd bump that up to $40 per square foot. So for your 1,200 square foot house, if it's livable, you're looking at about $30,000 in repairs. If it's not livable, you're closer to 48,000. Now you take that repair estimate and plug it into the formula. Let's say the after repair value or ARV is 150,000. You'd multiply that by 70%, which gives you 105,000. Then subtract the repair cost. Let's say it's 30,000. That leaves you at 75,000. If you want to make 10,000 on the deal, you'd subtract that too. So your max offer to the seller would be 65,000. But here's the thing, always aim lower when you make your initial offer. You want to leave room to negotiate. What's the ARV looking like for this property? That'll help us lock in the numbers.
Yeah, we hadn't figured that out yet. Any suggestions?
All right, Tyrone, no problem. To figure out the ARV or after repair value, you'll need to look at what similar houses in the area have sold for recently. These are called comps, short for comparables. You're looking for houses that are as close as possible in size, condition, and location to the one you're working on. Ideally, you want comps that are within a half-mile radius, sold in the last 3 to 6 months, and have similar square footage, like within about 200 square feet of your property. Now, you can use tools like Zillow or Realtor.com to pull up recent sales in the area. Just plug in the address of your property and look for the recently sold filter. If you're in a non-disclosure state where sale prices aren't public, you might need to use a tool like PropStream or even connect with a local real estate agent to get access to that data. Once you've got a few comps, average out their sale prices per square foot. Multiply that by your property's square footage, and bam, you've got a solid ARV estimate. For example, if the average price per square foot is $120 and your property is 1,200 square feet, the ARV would be around $144,000. Do you know if the property is in a disclosure or non-disclosure state? That'll help us figure out the best way to pull those comps.
I don't even know what that means.
All right, Tyrone, no worries, man. So a disclosure state is where the sale prices of properties are public information. You can just look up what houses sold for, no problem. But in a non-disclosure state, that info ain't public. You got to dig a little deeper, like using tools such as PropStream or connecting with a real estate agent who has access to the MLS. Knowing which type of state you're in helps you figure out the best way to pull those comps and get that ARV. Do you know what state the property is in? That'll help us figure out the next step.
Texas.
All right, Tyrone, Texas is a non-disclosure state, so the sale prices of properties ain't public record. That means you can't just hop on Zillow or something and see what a house is sold for. But don't worry, you can still get that info. Tools like PropStream or Batch Leads are your go-to here because they have MLS access, which is where real estate agents log all their transactions. You can use those tools to pull comps and figure out the ARV. If you don't have access to those, you might need to connect with a local real estate agent who can pull that data for you. So the next step is to decide if you're going to use one of those tools or reach out to an agent. What you thinking?
I prefer not to deal with an agent.
All right, Tyrone, I hear you loud and clear. If you'd rather not deal with an agent, you can still handle this yourself. Tools like PropStream or Batch Leads are your best bet. They'll give you access.
I think we get the point. Yeah.
All right. So this is my last show.
Hey, wait a minute. Is it my last show?
Knowing everybody, I'm glad that a lot of y'all. Yeah, man. I guess that's it.
Like they wrapped it up. Okay.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah.
And I was just about to ask you, does it provide you like a transcript and it's right there?
Yeah. They do the transcript.
Download.
Oh yeah, you can look at everything we just talked about. Yeah.
Yep. That's what's up. And so does the voice change when you ask a question? Is that what was going on? Or
I think it just got high pitched in the beginning. Whenever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So same thing. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I like how you asked it a question because that's what the normal person would be like. I don't know what this is.
I don't know what that means. You don't know what non-disclosure means. You know what I'm saying? Right. So what does that mean? You're using terms I don't know what it means. So
I'll tell you what, that AI is a lot more patient than me.
Yeah. They're ready to roll because they're trying to run up the bill on me.
Yeah.
So Shazam has said, what did he say? He said it's like the longer it talks, the less it sounds like Ty.
Yeah, I can go with that. Yeah.
All right. And Brian Mitchell said, greetings. I think it's best to be transparent. Let them know that you're connecting the seller. Oh, he's talking about the topic.
The title.
The seller and the buyer, and let them know that you get paid by the buyer and no charge to the seller. Okay.
We're gonna answer that later on.
Yeah, right. We're gonna go through that.
We're gonna go through that.
Yeah.
We're gonna let clone Tyrone answer that.
Clone Tyrone. That's what it is, man.
Yeah, clone Tyrone. We're gonna let
Oh, and I missed somebody up here at the top. Odile wants us to comp this property in Baymount, Texas.
Beaumont. Texas.
Beaumont.
Let's see, Beaumont.
Correction. Beaumont.
So we're looking at the
Louisiana thing. What is it? What is it called?
What?
With the BEAU.
Oh, I don't know. I'm from Jersey. I have no idea.
But I'm saying you do houses in
Yeah, I do housing in Louisiana for sure, but I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, well,
I know what you're talking about, though. I definitely know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's do.
oh, let me put you on the screen. Let me take Ty off. Okay, there we go.
Let's see. Texas non-disclosure. Okay. Let's see here. 85,000 for sale by owner. 2 views a day. That seems off. That don't even make sense. At 2 views a day? Oh, everything's boarded up. Oh man, yeah, you get this around, I'll say around 25,000. You'd be good to go. For sure.
25,000.
Yeah, 2025. That'd be awesome. So 20 to 25,000. You in there. For sure.
We in here.
Hey Ty, what's up with PropStream, bro?
Whatever.
Look, I've been getting this for like 7 days now.
You may have to refresh your cookies or clear your browser.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
What's up?
I've been using it.
Oh, you've been using it. Okay. How do I refresh my cookies? What do I do?
Tori. You may just can refresh it and it'll do it.
Yeah, just refresh it.
It may do it if you just refresh
Oh,
it.
get out of here. You son of a... I've been
You son of a...
I've been thinking something wrong with PropStream. PropStream, I apologize. I'm just going to say that right now. I apologize, PropStream.
Walt Ross has another property. This is I just saw it on Zillow.
It would have to be around 20,000 for it to make sense. Ain't no comps
property
at all. Okay, what's the next one?
My fault. This is a Walt Ross, and he's asking, "Hello, Flip Man. I just saw this on Zillow. Is it kissable?" And he provides the address.
Is it kissable?
That's what they be saying, man. Is it kissable?
Oh man.
Is it basically a good property to kiss, the KISS method?
Yes.
And we got some people responding on TikTok. I'll put them in a minute.
What is going on?
We're not ignoring you. Can they hear? Can they hear me?
Oh yeah, they can hear you on TikTok.
Oh,
they can hear through the audio. Yeah, on my laptop.
Yeah, this is kissable. It's looking kind of crazy, but yeah, it's kissable. They was all the way up to what, 280? Wow. They've been trying to sell this thing since, no way. Have they really? They've been trying to sell it since November. Nah, they've been trying to sell it since 2022 with no traction. They've been trying to sell this thing for 3 years. I would go and offer the 60,000. Tell them they can get their money back. but as far as the KISS method though, we want to be around 120,000.
120.
That's a simple math for sure.
All right. On TikTok, Hair by Jail Love, you gotta start going live more. Hello, Flip Man. The Grant Guru, it said we just purchased a home in Orlando, Florida for 97 cents using grants.
I was supposed to find out about the 20 unit in Memphis. It's in Memphis. Somebody called me about that the other day too, Flip. That 20, did I send you out of Memphis?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got to catch up with the person that had it on the contract, see if it's still available. So that's what we got to do. We got to do a follow up with that as well.
Is this a property? I saw you posted something on Facebook. Is this the 20 unit building that Jermaine is talking about?
It should be. You remember the one I'm talking about, Flip?
And what was it?
The 20 unit. This was either 20 or 26 units in Memphis.
Jermaine is trying to figure out where it's located.
It's in Memphis.
Oh, damn, my brain's freezing. It's rented.
No, man. Remember we was looking at the Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Let me see here. Oh no, maybe I'm talking about the wrong one. The one I think you was 80 units.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's different.
I'm talking about the wrong one. Somebody hit me up though.
That's different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the wrong one.
So this 20 unit building that Jermaine is talking about.
Yeah, where's that at? Now I want to know.
Have you said something about that time?
Where is the 20 unit build? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Troy, okay. So, well, really on all the social media, what we do is we've been over the last couple of months, we've been reposting videos, right? TikTok really doesn't care. I think Instagram, they really don't prefer it. I know YouTube really don't, but TikTok, they encourage it, to repost stuff, right? And so we reposted a video that, and I don't know if you saw that, Tori. You paid attention.
I did not. I did not. So it's from a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You did it. It's fine. You did it because I knew this was going to happen. We reposted a video, and let me see. We reposted a video, and right now, I think we reposted it 3 days ago. Let me see what it says. Yeah, 3 days ago.
Okay.
And it has over 200,000 views on it now.
Oh wow. Okay.
And what it was is just me recording a vacant apartment complex that's 20 units. It's here local in Birmingham, and the price on it is $75,000 at the time, and so that video is from like 3 or 4 years ago, right? But people went like, let me just see.
Hey, as long as the numbers go up,
people calling me talking about where that 20 unit at.
Yeah, it has over 2,300 comments and like almost 7,999 likes.
Wow.
Yeah, and 1,300 shares.
Has it been sold?
I don't even remember what happened. That's how long it's been ago. But it definitely was probably right after 2021 because that's when I sort of got on TikTok, right? Around 2020, you know what I'm saying? There was an original TikTok video, right? And so
this is my first time seeing Jermaine Hatcher, so welcome to the live.
Yeah. So it brought in, increased my anyway, long story short.
Come on. Yeah.
As they say, it went viral for me.
It went viral real quick.
Yeah, viral for me.
And that building does not exist no more for $75,000.
No.
Hey,
I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Huh? So what I did was I went and I did post a building that is available. The 14 units still hadn't sold. I did repost that. Now it does have, it has 5,200 views on it. I posted that day before yesterday. Well, but I did it because of what that.
That one is in Birmingham too, though, right?
Yeah, that's in Birmingham too. So Now that is for sale, and I'm gonna do an 8-unit either today or tomorrow. Same thing. And then I finally got an interview with Tammy, the lady that does the commercial real estate. Me and her did it yesterday. I'll edit it and get it up over the weekend. And so she has tons of stuff that I'm gonna probably we'll talk. She and I got to talk about it, but that I'll put out there also. So that's what he's talking about, that 20-unit building. It was here in Birmingham. It's in a neighborhood called Fairfield. I guess it would be a suburb, but Fairfield. Where Bush and them folks live. It's over in that general area there.
Because Rod live apparently not too far from us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Odile says, thanks, Chevy. And Charlotte says, Flip don't play with us. Where are the 14 units?
And Charlotte, I'm glad you're on here because you asked in the school today when y'all going back live. And I was going to text you personally, but I guess I see you monitor yours. Yeah. So the 14 units are here in Birmingham. They are here in Birmingham, right? And so I guess I could play that video.
Okay.
How do I put this in? Yeah.
I'm watching your TikTok that's laughing when the wholesaler that you're JVing with listed your deal on Zillow. Yo, I send a buyer to a property, right?
Yeah.
And the owner hit up my man, was like, yo, what was that about? Like, dude didn't even know what was going on. So I talked to dude, he was like, yeah, it's a piece of property. I was like, yo, like, I'm like, clearly whenever I'm sending a text, I'm like, assignment of contract, wholesale deal, blah, blah, blah. Clearly you ain't paying attention to your text messages, because he just went out to the property and got mad at me like, oh, I hate wasting my time. Nobody wasting no time. I told you it's on the contract. What you mean wasting your time?
Yeah, man.
People be out here just wilding, man.
Oh my God.
Just wilding.
Oh my God. It could be something.
Tripping wild.
And it can run your day. Well, me, I don't know about you. It can run your
not
day.
Me. I don't give too much.
It'd be like, why does your mind work like that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm like.
Hard, man. That's just how some people are wired. I had a seller respond. Let me read this text that the seller responded with. All right. They said, please leave me alone. The person you're looking for is dead. This is effing creepy and gross. You should be ashamed. Very predatory. Then he said, also take a hint. If I didn't text you back for a reason, also Chevy is a trashy name.
No, that's crazy. No. I heard it all now.
Like somebody else will run off and cry for a year and not do wholesaling no more. Yeah. Like, oh, life.
Oh, wow.
Hard.
Oh, wow. So, wow.
That would just ruin somebody's career. Like, oh my goodness, these sellers are so brutal. I'm done. I'm not doing this no more.
Oh, they'll be brutal now.
Yeah.
They'll be brutal.
Oh man. I had somebody say, sell me your wife. I just laugh.
What'd you say, Tom?
Yeah, I'm
oh man.
I'm gonna throw this video up that I posted.
Oh, okay.
This one is available. Like, you know, I said I was gonna ride over there.
Wow. Yeah.
I was gonna go there and see if those people so crazy were looking for them. That's like just crazy, you know.
Well. Is this an opportunity? It's 14 units. 10 of them are currently rented. The unit mix, 12 of them are 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. 2 of them are 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, bringing in about $7,000 per month. This is in Birmingham, Alabama. Is this an opportunity for you? Is it an opportunity for someone else? Please let us know in the comments. If you're actually interested in the property, you can reach out to me through the phone number that you see in my bio or on the actual screen now. The building that you see right now as we're going around the block, because I'm going into the alley, that building is not a part of the same ownership. So if we go through the alley, you can obviously see the type of neighborhood that this is in. Now, Section 8 is always going to be in play in this type of hood, so the income can be guaranteed. There are some minimum upgrades needed, obviously, but people are already living in them, so it is what it is. Here's an opportunity if you want to get into the apartments game or if you want to add to your existing portfolio. Just reach out to your boy, and I'll let you know what's up. Let's get it.
That building that was at the end right there, and I had an opportunity to make some money on that and didn't. It was all fire dam. They even done some repairs on it, but that's a different property. And this dude that I know, well, actually, I interviewed Trey on the channel. He wholesaled to make 30 grand on that property.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Was that AI or that was you talking?
No, that was me talking. The beat was AI or whatever. So that created AI.
Let's see if AI could.
Suno.
Could break down that deal.
See if
the clone could break that deal down for somebody to understand rental income.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get it. Y'all know I'm with that. All right. So let's see here. All right. Hey.
Hi, I'm Flipman. How can I help?
I have an apartment deal that we're looking at. It's 14 units, 10 of them are rented. There's 10 2-bedroom, 1 bath. 2 of them are 4 bedrooms, 2 bath. Right now it's bringing in about $7,000 in income. Not sure about expenses. The tenants, I think the owner pays the water, which is roughly about $1,000 a month, I think, somewhere. And I may be wrong on that, so just scrap that or whatever. With the minimum info that I've given you, can you actually underwrite this deal or you need more info?
All right, so here's the deal. With what you've shared so far, I can give you a rough idea, but to really underwrite this deal properly, I'd need more details. Right now, you've got 14 units, 10 rented, and it's bringing in $7,000 a month. That's $84,000 a year in gross income. But we're missing some key pieces, like the actual expenses beyond that water bill you mentioned, any maintenance or management costs, and of course, the asking price. Without those, it's hard to calculate the net operating income or figure out if this deal makes sense. Now, let me say this. If the rents are below market, there could be a value add opportunity here. For example, if similar 2-bedroom units in the area are renting for more than what these tenants are paying, you might have room to increase the income over time. But again, we need to know what the market rents are for those unit types in that neighborhood. So here's what I'd suggest. Get the full rent roll, the expenses, and the asking price. If the owner has financials for the last couple of years, that's even better. Once you have that, we can break it all down and see if this is a deal worth pursuing. What's the asking price on this property? Do you know?
$54,000 per door.
All right, so $54,000 per door. That puts the total price at $756,000 for the 14 units. Now let's break this down a bit. With the income you mentioned, $7,000 a month. That's $84,000 a year in gross income. To figure out if this deal makes sense, we need to estimate the net operating income, or NOI. That's the gross income minus the expenses. You said the owner pays water, which might be around $1,000 a month, but we'll need to account for other expenses too, like taxes, insurance, maintenance, and possibly property management. A rough rule of thumb is to estimate expenses at around 35 to 40% of the gross income. So if we take 35% of $84,000, that's about $29,400 in expenses. Subtract that from the gross income, and you're left with an NOI of roughly 54,600. Now, to calculate the cap rate, you divide the NOI by the purchase price. So 54,600 divided by 756,000 gives you a cap rate of about 7.2%. That's not bad, but it really depends on the market. If similar properties in the area are trading at cap rates of 8 or 9%, this might be overpriced. On the flip side, if the market cap rate is lower, say 6%, this could be a solid deal. But here's the thing. You mentioned only 10 of the 14 units are rented. That's a big factor. If you can get those other 4 units rented, your income jumps significantly. Plus, if the current rents are below market, there's a value add opportunity here. For example, if market rent for those 2-bedroom units is closer to 900 or 1,000, you got room to increase cash flow over time. So to really evaluate this deal, I need more details, like the actual expenses, the condition of the property, and what the market rents are in that area. But based on what you've shared, it's worth digging deeper. Have you checked what similar units are renting for in that neighborhood? That'll give us a clearer picture of the potential upside.
Okay. What y'all think about that?
All right. I'm gonna holler at y'all though. It was nice. It was nice being on here. Get the opportunity, Flip. Sorry, my brother.
Jamming always.
Jamming always. All y'all. Nah, that was solid though. That was solid. That was a good breakdown for sure.
Yeah.
Especially for those people that don't understand NOI and cap market and cap rate and all those things. So yeah, that's solid.
Oh, and Jaleesa, appreciate that. You know, this could be yours for $3 off of Amazon. Okay.
You know what I love when Tyrese went on Shay was like, none of these jewels are real. I don't care about that no more.
I'm gonna pay for this. Getting 3.5 million on a chain.
Oh man, that's too funny. That is too funny.
Let me see. Shajam said, I need that one on commercial real estate. I guess he's talking about the AI.
The clone. I mean, the clone can answer anything, right?
If I probably talked about it, it's going to answer. And I talked about enough commercial real estate, it's going to probably be able to go into some stuff. And then it's just going to know stuff just anyway. So
is it that you was able to put together data for someone to build a bot for you?
Well, I have so
a great question, Chevy. How did you?
Yeah, I have so much content out there, right? And I've attempted to do this multiple times and spent a good amount, several $1,000s, and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I wanted to present. And so I listened to this podcast. This podcast called My First Million. And sometimes they have some really interesting guests. Sometimes they're not as interesting, and then sometimes they'll just talk about just different stuff in tech and business. But they always just throw out like a nugget that'd just be worth you listening to, you know, that it may not be that entertaining. So they had a guy on there and he was just throwing out stuff. And he mentioned this particular tool called Delphi AI. And so when he started breaking it down, I started doing my research as I normally do. So it ain't a ton of videos out there, but the dude that developed the software, this tool here, this app, you know, he really just went through the whole thing. I found that video. It was about 8 months old. Normally, I don't look at stuff that old with AI because it changes so fast. But I could just see even 8 months ago, it's still close to what it is now. I said, oh, I couldn't have put this together because he has like everything. So your knowledge source can be a lot of different things. It can be a PDF. It could be an audio. It can be video. It can be from a website. It could be your YouTube channel. All I have to do is just put my YouTube channel in there, and it basically just took everything.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then it'll let you, and then it has an option there. Are you the only one talking on some of these videos? Do you want to just focus on what you said? Right. And so So it took overnight because I had a lot of stuff. So it was over 8 million words, right? And the plan that I have is like 10 million. So they give you a rating score. And he said, if you can get your rating to 60 to 70%, that's going to talk like you. Mine was 94%.
Wow.
And so, you know, that ain't gonna probably get much better than that, right? Without them doing some additional tweaking or something. But so I've been, you know, this is the first, I only played with just a little bit yesterday. I asked him a question about how I got started, and it went through it, but it said my first deal I made 5,000, and I was like, nah, that ain't what happened. So I already had them recorded that before on something else, and I uploaded that transcript to ChatGPT and told it to clean it up, but keep it really detailed, and then it'll let you so when people start to get in here and start to ask questions, and if I don't, it may satisfy them, but I know that ain't the way I would have probably answered. It has an option in there that I can look at that message and I'll revise it to what I think it should be. So the next time that's asked, it'll answer in the correct way. They're just little small stuff like that they seem like they just thought about everything. I'm sure they just continuously improving it. So, but it's a little price on my end. And so obviously it's cost me because they put limitations on what you can do. I only have a certain number of voice messages. I only have a certain number of just messages. And then I'm going to be able to have SMS. They even have video. Now, I seen the dude that I was looked at a couple of his videos that's promoted. I think he works with the company, not in a sense he maybe a partner or something. He has his own thing. And I did his video thing, but it was sort of weird. So they probably about a year on just making that just look really, really good. But it's usable. So I wouldn't pay for that additional option because I don't think it's there yet. But the audio here, I can get it closer to my voice. I'll just have to just do a little bit more audio, more quality audio on it or whatever. And so, but long story short is basically like, I'm like really impressed with what it's just doing right now. I'm seeing what you all seeing in real time. I didn't know. I feel it's like it's really good because it can really dive deep. Looks like on any level for you. Because if you're asking any of this AI stuff, you tell them say a good prompt is or question you could actually say, well, break that down to me like a fifth grader. Then it'll start to do that for you. Or fifth grade readability. Or you may say eighth grade readability. So you can just understand because they may use, like you'll use words when you're explaining something. Even we do that. We assume you know what you're talking. We assume you know what we're talking about because we use it so much. We use a term or a phrase, or instead of saying after repair value, we'll say ARV. You know, say what the hell is that? You ain't never heard that before. You know what I'm saying? And you can say it so fast, you're like, what did he say, or whatever. So now you can make it go back until you get it, right? And so you see how it can just break numbers down for you on a deal as long as you got enough information or whatever. That's powerful, man. That's better than any course, you know, just because it can just go deep into what you want to know specifically or whatever. So I could release it right now with the pricing, but I'm not sure about that because I have the school community. I want to be fair to those people in there also to get, if nothing else, give them an actual discount because they are in the school or whatever. But I think it's, and you know, you all's opinions matter, you know, what people think about it or whatever. So at this.
And Charlotte is saying enjoyed clone Ty. However, he will not replace you fellas. So I feel special. You know, I appreciate it.
You know, we used to communicate by letters, but this is a better version. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was gonna say, Ty, like I can see you now when people ask you those questions, but they haven't watched your videos. They're going to clone Ty.
They're going to clone Ty. Yeah. Because he could pull up specifics as far as when you ask, it's going to pull it up. So yeah, it's going to give it to you. That's what's up.
Yeah. And so basically what you're saying to answer Chevy's question is that you uploaded all of the content that you put out.
Yeah, I uploaded the courses and my YouTube channel. That's an immense amount of information.
Tons of information.
You know what I'm saying? That's everything I know. You know that I said anyway. I don't know if everything I know.
How much other data did you use? I don't know if you said that before. Is that
8 million words.
Yeah.
I get 10 million on the plan that I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get your questions answered with that amount of data.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You wanted to go over the we are 55 minutes in.
Yeah, so we'll go over the topic, which I did this little thumbnail here. Is lying to sellers ever okay? That's the caption on the thumbnail. So the question is, should you tell sellers you are a wholesaler? So the interview I did, so for years, I recommended not going into detail with sellers on your role in the transaction, right? Not that you were hiding anything. I just think for me, it just caused confusion, right? That's my justification for that. But, when you're provided with new information, different ways of doing things, I'm always looking to do things what I feel that could be better than what I've done before. And, so you'll see tons of my videos saying opposite of what I'm about to say now. So the interview I did with Tammy yesterday, the lady that does the commercial real estate stuff, she just broke down how her process worked. She just let them know off the jump, hey, I'm wholesaling it. This is what I can do for you, blah, blah, blah. Either they're going to be with it or they ain't. You move on or whatever, or move forward with the deal or whatever. Now, once that happens, I say you still couldn't get screwed out of a deal or whatever, but the best thing is, like, and she said this, and we ain't never spoke, said already I've said it for years. They know you ain't doing this for free. Like, so you in it for something or whatever. So, but long story short, by having that transparency off the top that what your role is, and now, of course, like when you're doing a cold call, obviously I have the little script that you could use, or you can use a version of it. Hi, John. I think your property, I think you can help me solve a good problem that I have, which I have more investors ready to buy properties like yours at 123 Main Street than I have to offer them. Would you be open to discussing an offer on it? Something to that degree. So you're literally telling them what your role is. You say you have a group of investors. You're not a real estate agent, but you have a group of investors that would be interested in their property. So again, now the other way worked for years and it still does. I'm just answering the question. That's where I am right now. I'm not saying the other way is wrong by no means, because it works or whatever. But I think it takes a lot of the stress off of your end if you're upfront about what your role is, right? Because if they're motivated to sell, normally they're not going to care anyway. It's just in reality. Because like you said, it's going to boil down to building rapport at the end of the day. Do they like you or not? As Chevy say, people do business with people they like. So
yes, sir.
It's really that simple.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I think that, like you said, that take the guesswork out of everything. It lowers the expectations and pressure on you when it comes to delivering, right? Because hey, and I've been doing it for quite some time. Where I said I'm not the only one that's involved in the transaction. I have buying partners, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I referred our other investors as buying partners. So if I'm not able to buy it, which is true, I have buying partners that can buy it as well. So it just takes the guesswork out of everything, and it set the expectations to where, hey, look, if I'm showing the property, I'm showing with understanding of, hey, I have partners that's going to buy this and not me. So there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. That's my approach to it. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Because I mean, we have yeah, man, we have several deals that we're doing right now, and the conversation is a lot smoother when I'm like, hey, look, I have buying partners that's involved in the deal, so they're the one that buys it. You don't have to worry about paying me; they pay me for finding the deal. So I say I'm a deal finder, and they like, oh, okay, I'm a, so it's so many different ways where you don't have to put stress on yourself. Like, yeah, I'm the one buying it. No. At the end of the day, you're an investor as well. You just this is just a part of your strategy.
Right. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Got a few people on TikTok. One, Jaco, he's asking, are you still using PropStream? First one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Devontae Dixon 4 on TikTok is saying, do you do business in Missouri?
Yeah,
most definitely.
all day.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Sir.
And then who is this? This is Carrot is asking, Unc, you are one of the founding fathers of wholesaling. What
No,
was
no. That's no, no.
Wholesale been around since what? The 70s, 80s?
I want to say maybe the 60s,
The
technically.
60s? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the question is,
but it's not as old as I thought it was after I did a little research on it, right? It was basically after World War One. I mean World War II, from my understanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
but like mass media, when you say Ron LeGrand,
Probably before Ron, there was some cats out there that were doing a lot of that stuff.
Carlton Sheets.
But back in even before Carlton,
Oh.
Robert Allen, I think, is one or whatever. You know what? We ain't got to guess.
Come on,
Are we asking AI or are we asking entire AI?
Ty may not know that. Hey, Ty Claw. Let's see what my boy say. What he talking about?
Yeah, let's give him a chance. At least give him a chance.
Let's see if he hallucinate, okay? And just
let me see what my outside child says.
Hi, I'm Flipman. How can I help?
Can you tell me when wholesaling actually became a thing, when it started? Who was the first known person to teach it, maybe in a seminar form or whatever?
Man, wholesaling real estate has been around for decades, but it's hard to pinpoint the exact moment it became a thing. It's one of those strategies that's been quietly used for a long time, but it really started gaining traction as a mainstream concept when people like Ron LeGrand began teaching it in seminar form back in the 90s and early 2000s. I actually got my start with one of his courses over 20 years ago, and he was already breaking it down like it was old news back then. Now, wholesaling itself is just a method of flipping contracts, and that's been happening in some form for as long as real estate has existed. But as far as formal education and seminars go, Ron LeGrand is one of the OGs who really put it on the map for everyday folks. He's probably the first big name to teach it in a structured way, making it accessible to people who didn't have a lot of money or credit to invest. What's wild is even today you'll find real estate agents or investors who've never heard of wholesaling or think it's illegal. That just shows how niche it was for so long, even though it's such a powerful strategy. What got you curious about the history of wholesaling? Are you just starting out, or are you trying to dig deeper into the roots of the game?
You know what I'm saying? That's how you follow up. Like,
And then he dive into, hey, we about to upsell.
I ain't even treat that yet, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hey, you need to get this course. Text 205 now. 243. Holler at your boy.
Hey,
Boom.
boy. Oh, that's some powerful stuff, man. Oh boy.
All right, let's see what regular chat GPT.
Oh, well, what regular say? Okay. All right.
Get the knowledge base on that.
Yeah. We'll do that. All right. So let's see. Chat.
But yeah, right. Dude, I don't even try no more, man. Anything I can think of, I just ask chat GPT.
Oh yeah, man.
I agree.
I agree. No, special word stuff. You know, try to clean my grandma or whatever. So let's see what my gut talking about. Who invented wholesaling real estate?
Wholesaling real estate doesn't have a single inventor. It's more of a strategy that evolved over time. Essentially, it's been around as long as people have been buying and selling property. The concept of assigning contracts or flipping paper has roots in traditional real estate practices, where investors look for undervalued properties and connect them with buyers. It's more of a time-tested technique than a recent invention.
Okay, well, who, I guess over recent times, who was probably the first one to teach a lot of seminars or whatever? If you can give like a backstory on that, maybe.
Sure, one of the most well-known early educators in real estate wholesaling was probably Robert Allen. Back in the 1980s and 1990s, he popularized the idea of no money down real estate investing, which included wholesaling techniques. Later on, gurus like Ron LeGrand, Carlton Sheets, and more recently, people like Fan Merrill and others have continued to teach and spread wholesaling strategies through seminars, courses, and books.
What about Flip Man?
Exactly. I was like,
You definitely stand on the shoulders of those early pioneers. Flipman has built a huge following by offering practical, no-nonsense advice and breaking down the wholesaling process in a relatable way. By combining your extensive experience and using modern platforms like YouTube and social media, you've become a go-to resource for aspiring wholesalers looking to learn the ropes and succeed in real estate investing.
Oh, you trying to sound like
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, wow, boy.
What?
Oh.
Man, Flip, understand that you've been coining the game as well, brother.
Hey, that's funny.
I like the clone tie better though. That was a better.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That was better. But now, but I mean, it's similar answers though.
Yeah.
Similar answers, so that's dope.
Johnny Ortiz is asking this is in TikTok, how can you obtain a legit POF other than a buyer?
Oh, legit what?
POF?
POF.
Other than a buyer? Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
Let's see what my man's saying here.
I'm logging off, by the way.
Dave Darby was speaking, said, "What's up?" And the homie Ron said, "Clone tie is better."
Clone tie is better.
Okay. Let's go.
They done clone Tyrone.
Pioneer in the game. Come on now.
No. Let's change course here. How can you get a legit proof of funds letter without using a buyer?
It's not on the screen. Is it supposed to be on the screen or something? Ty?
Oh yeah.
No. But then your mic is going out for some reason.
I didn't select the right thing. My bad.
Oh, okay.
My bad. All right. Sorry.
Hey, you still thinking about how to lock down that legit proof of funds letter without needing a buyer? Let's get it.
Go ahead. Yeah, go.
Get it.
All right, Tyrone, here's the deal. Proof of funds is one of those things that can trip folks up, especially when you're just starting out. But let me break it down for you. Proof of funds is basically a way to show that you've got the financial backing to close a deal. Now, if you're dealing with a regular homeowner, most of the time, they ain't even going to ask for it. But when you're dealing with real estate agents, brokers, or even some seasoned investors, they might throw that at you to weed out the tire kickers. Now, if you don't have the funds yourself, no sweat. There are services out there that can provide you with a proof of funds letter. For example, I've mentioned before that I'm affiliated with a service where you can get a letter and even a bank statement to back it up. It's not free, but it's affordable and gets the job done. You can text me at 205-9645243, and I'll send you the info on that service. But here's the thing, man. If you're following my methods, you don't always need to go down that rabbit hole. Focus on finding motivated sellers who just want to get rid of their property. Those folks usually don't care about proof of funds. They just want a solution to their problem. That's where you come in, connecting them to a buyer who's ready to close. It's really that simple. So what's your next move? You got a deal you're working on where this is coming up, or are you just trying to get ahead of the game?
Man, that boy is saying, "Hey, man, we going JV on this or what?" What you I ain't working for free. I'm not working for free.
Hey, that's the good stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. A couple of tweaks out and did different, but hey, it's right there, man.
Yeah, right on point.
I'm seriously right now, Ty. I can't think of that getting better? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost like
Well, it was a little wrong on the proof of funds. I need to update that. It don't cost anything. That's the only thing he said that was I wouldn't have probably said. You know, it's a little corny. Something.
nothing's gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little corny too, but that's cool too.
That's the best one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've ever
Well,
heard
when
anyway.
Maybe I'm corny. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm corny. This is what he said.
When you transitioning to hold on, man, you got a deal that you're trying to do. What's up? What we talking here?
Yeah.
So I guess tell them, Flip Man, like when they do the clone, when they do this 205, what are they getting when you have to pay for it now? Is it free?
Well, probably the way I'll release it is that it'll have some free questions. That it has some free minutes on the talking, probably about 5 minutes, and then it'll have like a number of messages if you want to type it in versus the what's the name talking to it or whatever. And so if you want to sign up, then it'll prompt you for what it'll cost, which I'm not even sure what I want to put on it at the moment or whatever. So I'll test it, but.
I just wonder if I'm out at a house, let's say I'm driving for dollars, and I want your opinion about that particular property. Does it go that detailed?
Well, you go depending on what you're getting. What information are you going to give it?
I'm saying, like, does it use the internet? Like, if I put in an address,
that's a good question. Let's just see.
Okay.
See what it's saying.
It's like having you in your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's the idea behind it. Is it still? I guess he's still here. Yeah, y'all can see. What am I doing
right now? You're not showing the.
Okay. Let me see here. That's a good question.
Oh, the homie Ron wants to know how he can bundle a deal with school and the clone time.
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to be fair to the people that are in the school. And
Yo, you still thinking about locking down that proof of funds letter, or you got a deal cooking where you need it?
Yeah. Asking is if I gave you an address, what would you need from me on the address? Could you look it up on Zillow through this clone or what? What are the limitations on that, or what can you do?
All right, so if you give me an address, I can't directly pull it up on Zillow or any other platform myself. But what I can do is guide you step by step on how to use tools like Zillow, PropStream, or even Zomps to evaluate the property yourself. I can also help you figure out what info you need to gather, like the property's ARV, recent comps, or any red flags to watch for. If you're stuck on something specific, just let me know, and we'll work through it together. What's the address you're working with?
Oh, I'm just asking a general question, man.
Oh, I got you, man. If you're just asking in general, here's the deal. I can't physically pull up Zillow or anything like that myself, but I can walk you through exactly how to use tools like Zillow, Zomps, or PropStream to evaluate a property. These platforms are powerful when you know how to work them. For example, Zomps is my Chrome extension that makes Zillow way more investor friendly. You can use it to pull comps, calculate ARV, and even analyze land deals. If you're looking for paid tools, PropStream is another beast. It gives you MLS data and all kinds of details that can make your life easier. But if you're just starting out, you can keep it simple. Google the address, check Zillow for recent sales in the area, and compare properties that are similar in size, age, and condition. It's a little more grunt work, but it's free and gets the job done. You just got to know what to look for. So what's your next move? You got a property in mind, or are you just soaking up game right now?
Oh, he goes to the clone, bro. Close him out.
Whoa, that clone is a closer, man. That clone is a gator, man. I'm not gonna
Oh my God, hey,
man. Gator.
What?
Hey man, you keep asking these questions. What's up with the property though? We gonna work.
What you gonna do, man?
You gonna work this or not, man? What's up?
Hey, like you gonna hold me or not? What you gonna do?
The clone is fine, man. I love the clone though, man. It's fine.
That's crazy. That's crazy valuable. That's what it's all about.
Great value, great value. That's 20 years of real estate experience.
Oh yeah,
20 years of real estate experience.
Right in your pocket or your purse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
But he spoke about ARV, so basically you could figure out the ARV through that.
Well, it seems like it'll walk you through what you need, right? And what you have to tell it what you're seeing, and then it'll tell you where you probably, it's just going to probably just go through that. It's going to be thinking like I think, It has 8 million words. Like
you could prompt it like, hey, look, I'm looking on Zillow and it's saying estimate of 200,000. What do you think I need to get this property at? Just like that. Just as simple as that.
As simple as that. Yeah.
So,
because it's gonna go into, well, what do you think is livable or not, or it's going to what square foot? Yeah, it's gonna go into all of that. So.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Break in this. Wow.
You know what? I've been ignoring. Oh wow. Let me see. My fault. I have been ignoring Instagram. Let me do some of these. Trey G speaks. Hey, Flip Man, check out pickleads.com. We taught AI how to pick ugly houses out of big data lists. Are you familiar with Pick Leads? PIC Leads?
No, I'm not.
Okay. That's Mr. Black Wall Street. Oh, no, this is the second one. What prompt can I use to help me find hot markets to help me mass text market? That's on Instagram.
Oh no, that's a good question. Well, that'll be a question you ask ChatGPT. What's the proper prompt to give you to help me identify the best markets to target by text messaging?
On ChatGPT.
And yep, chat will answer that.
Yeah, it'll give you the prompt for the prompt.
All right. And the Realtor 43 says, I use ChatGPT for land entitlement. Is it just a statement? Lower the Green said, can you please put number up to text?
It's up.
Oh, it's up. That was earlier though. So, probably before that. Okay. And then Mr. Block Wall Street, which is a great question because he wanted to know where that bot came from, and it's Delphi.ai. He put in there, so that's what it's called. And what's a good prompt to use on ChatGPT to? Oh, he asked the same question again. Okay, and the Realtor 43 is saying my local bank gives me a POF.
There you go.
Okay. And that person is also saying all I do is just update my tax returns every year.
There you go. Dope.
It's a dope way to do
it. Once again, motivated sellers don't care about none of that. They just motivated.
And
the homie. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. So, and I'll keep you stay tuned on it. The posted people say that people start receiving them today and beyond or whatever. So I got the first call on the abandoned mail today. That's part of the reason why I was late. I went and looked at the property.
Oh, nice.
I just drove by. She hadn't been over there in 3 years. And I'm talking about the abandoned mail right here, right? And so I'm gonna hit her back to just throw some at her or whatever on it. Only issue is that it's a probate. Well, I say it's an issue that normally that turns into a good thing. Hopefully her sister will be on the same page with her. And they're the only siblings that live with their mom's house.
Let's go.
And so we'll see.
No. You're not gonna get away that fast. What was her reaction to the
bandit? She was like, "Hey, it's like something." Let's listen to it. Let's listen.
Because I want to hear a reaction to it.
Can I do that?
Or just tell us. I mean, if you don't feel, because it's probably like a private call.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. What part of it? What did she say? She said, "You all sent me." What did she say? Hold on, I can listen to that part. We can listen to that part of it. Let's see. Let me see here. What is it? What is that on the tower? All right, I'm trying to get thrown off the internet, ain't we, man? Let's see here. Where is she? Miss. Okay. So here she go. Let's see what she said.
Oh, we can't hear nothing.
Okay.
can-
Okay. I got it now. So okay, yeah, I can let y'all listen to this. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Well, let me. Will it let me? Okay. Let me do it this way. Hold on. Let me do it this way. Let me just download it. Okay. Um, we buy houses. I'm gonna help you.
Yes, that's one thing.
Okay. So let's do this, and I'll do it like that. Okay. We buy houses. Okay, here we go. Hold on, hold y'all horses. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Okay, here we go. Here it is, right here. This should be it. So y'all see it. So let me go to it. So y'all can hear that?
I can hear it.
Y'all can hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, cool. We buy houses, I'm gonna help you.
Yes, someone sent me a large card about buying my house.
Yes, my name is Todd Taylor. What was the address on your property that we sent the giant card on? Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's it. Y'all sent me a large card. This is ridiculous. A large card?
These fools is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need some of those.
Yeah, so this is what we sent her, man. We sent her that right there. So yeah.
Like y'all wanted my attention.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Man, it took me an hour to go. I was in the post office, but it was just terrible. It took 2 days actually. So what we figured out, you could print them out at home, right? You just have to know the weight.
Okay.
So I know the weight, so then I can do it at home now. So, but I didn't know that. But I guess I could have went up there. They probably could have told me. But initially, before I even ordered them, I just took a regular banner sign I had that say we buy houses because I wanted to see how much it costs to mail. So it's roughly the most you'll probably spend to mail something is going to probably be about $675. Most of them are going to be around $650, somewhere in there, each. So, and then what am I saying? So I went to one post office. She said, "You can't mail this." And she said, so she went back and asked her supervisor, I guess, or somebody over her. She didn't know, he can't mail that. I already knew if I went somewhere else. So when I went to her, so they said you got to put it in something. That's what they said. They didn't say you couldn't mail it. You got to put it in something. I was going to put, so I ordered some clear bags off of Amazon, and so I had already put the labels on them, all that stuff, and then so now you got to put them in the bag. So it's just like a whole process, So I took it up there, and so I said, you know what? Let me just take these in here and just see first. And she was like, at first she said, it's gonna get damaged. I said, no, fill it. She said, okay. She said, because you think it's just cardboard. Oh, I was like, no, this ain't gonna get damaged now, or whatever. It may be mangled up or some are bent when they get it, but they gonna get it. It's because that corrugated plastic is pretty tough. And so they're like, no, yeah, you can mail it, like that. She said, you ain't got to put it in nothing, because they could feel the image on there, it ain't going nowhere. And so anyway, so then I went up there when it was sort of busy on the first day. That was Monday. And because I tried to do it last Friday, and that was the post office that told me you couldn't do it. So I went to this other one. It's a smaller one. And they said that's the one that said we could do it. So I went Monday, but I had to go somewhere Monday. So I only could do 20. And then people were in line. She was like, you're going to probably just let, once the deal's up in here, if you could just step back a little bit. So I could see it was going to take too long. I said, just go ahead and send those 20 or whatever. And then, so when I went back the next one, she said, she told me, if you come back when we open, it'll be a lot slower. People just normally don't be here that early at 8:30. And so that's when I got them in. But it took, like I said, it took an hour, even though I let a couple of people go ahead of me or whatever, but it wasn't a big deal. And then we just figured out. I said, well, can I print these out? She said, yeah, click and ship or whatever. And so you just need to know the weight and you know the dimensions. You just need to know the weight and the dimensions. So the weight is something, and obviously not a pound. It's something 7.2. I forget what it's on the receipt or whatever. So now I just need to just print them out. Then I just take them there, boom, just lay them on the thing, and they take care of it. You know, so now I got some coming for some land. Matter of fact, I got the shipping notification since we've been on here live here. So I won't probably get them tomorrow. I'll probably get them on Monday. And but I hadn't even built the list on that one. But with this one, what I did on the list, this is how I did it. So now you can, like in PropStream, you can target just vacant properties. But a lot of times with vacant property, especially when you're driving for dollars, you'll pull up a property. It has the same mailing address as the property. So you're sort of stuck in a sense. So what you can do is you can take an extra step. Now it's going to reduce the list greatly. Is you can also add another filter on top of it, not owner occupied. Where it says owner occupied, you say no, and then also select that it's vacant. So now it ensures that the mailing addresses are not the same. It may not ensure it's vacant because sometimes they still be named of it, but most of the time they are. And so then on top of that, I literally went through each one of them, right? Pulled them up on Google to see what they look like. Sometimes it'll be more current than others. But I also looked in the transaction history because I want to reduce a situation where it may not look like it was transferred correctly. Like it might have been multiple quitclaim deeds or something. I'm like, this probably ain't no clear title, you know, like just because the chain just doesn't look right. It wasn't a bunch of them, but it was enough, you know, that would have been wasted mail. Not saying you can't make those deals happen, but I'm trying to get least resistance or whatever on stuff. So I really just really niche down the list to try to ensure, you know, that I'm targeting, because even though she called me, I don't care if nobody else don't call me. We're going to call all of them back because they got the giant postcard. They're going to know it's somewhat of an icebreaker or whatever, if we can get a correct phone number for them, obviously, or whatever. So that's the game plan. So hopefully we'll see it through. But even hopefully if I do the deal on this, it'll be more than worth it for what I spent or whatever on it. You know, ideally I would like to do at least, if I would consider a successful campaign on sending out about 97 of them, because a couple of the addresses were bad when I got there. Didn't notice it when we were putting on the labels. If I can do 2 deals out of it, well, really 1 deal is a success. 2 deals would be great. 3 deals would be a home run. You know, that would be a home run, you know. So, but 1 deal would be a total success.
What I mean, with that particular
for that small of amount of direct mails that you send out.
Yeah, that sound like it's very niche, especially if it's that small of amount, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, she said she hasn't been out to that property in 3 years.
Yeah, she hadn't been out there in 3 years. The only thing, and it probably, if it wasn't a brick house, it would probably have been a lot worse shape. Right? I'm gonna do a TikTok on because I want people to sort of follow my path on this or whatever. Well, you know, a short form video on it. But if it wasn't a brick house, it would probably be in a lot worse shape than it is. But you know, when you got a brick house, you got some serious bones still left there. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was fire damaged or whatever. So yeah.
As long as it's brick, man, we can move it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure. So
we'll see.
Yeah, but that's
I got a party to get ready for.
Oh yeah, fun. You having it at the house?
No, we're going to Sky Zone. That's what it's called, the jumping place.
Oh, okay, one of the romper room.
Yeah, Memphis has that in the Sky Room.
Man, my daughter was up 6 o'clock in the morning talking about I'm ready to go.
Oh,
man. It was 7 o'clock. What you mean?
Dreaming about?
Getting there, be ready to go to sleep.
Right.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. All right, so Chevy's going to be out, so I guess we could be out. We've been rolling an hour and a half here, so really appreciate everyone that joined us this afternoon. Checked out the Flip Man 24/7 is basically what it's called. I may change the name on it, but you know, Flip Man Coaching on Demand. If you didn't see it, you can go back and watch throughout the video. We use the tool. It is amazing. Text the word clone. You'll be on the early list. I'm not sure when I'll release it. Might be today. I don't know. I just want to tweak a few other things on it or whatever to give you all the best experience. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to create your value, give you no excuse not to be able to do deals. So what would be better to just have your boy on demand at any time to tap into what's 2008, 17 years of content, right? Over 8 million words. So I like to think I've said something in there or whatever. So with that being said, we appreciate everyone to join us again. TikTok, thank you for being there live on a different device. Thanks. And we will see you guys on the FLIP SID.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash.